Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would walk you through how I booked my Japan and Korea trip and sort of what things I looked for and yeah, how I kind of organized my trip. By the time you're seeing this video, I will have already been on the trip. I actually might be a few weeks into my trip actually. I'm not sure exactly when this will come out, but as I'm filming this, I haven't gone on the trip yet, so some of the things that I mentioned might not work. And I will let you know, I guess, in other videos if they ended up not working. But this is what I've done to prepare right now. So I am doing this trip alone. This is a completely solo trip where I actually don't really know anybody in Japan or Korea. I do know one person in Japan that I'm pretty sure I'm gonna meet up with, but otherwise I don't know anybody. I'm by myself. I can speak a little bit of Korean and like a little bit of Japanese, but like almost not enough to have a conversation in either language. So that's where I am. I've also been to Korea twice. I went in 2013 and 2014, so it's been a really long time since I've gone anywhere. And this has been a trip that I have wanted to do for a long time. I was supposed to do this trip in 2020, and then I didn't, clearly. So now we're here and I'm pumped. I'm so excited. So the first thing that I did was decide when I was gonna go. That's an important thing. What days am I gonna go? When, what time, you know, what part of the year do I want to go in? For me, I didn't really think about the weather at all, only because I wanted to be in Korea for Chinese anniversary. Because that was like, for me, that was like the most important part, was like, I need to be in Korea on Chinese anniversary. And my birthday is like the week after Chinese anniversary. So I was like, why don't I be in Japan for Chinese anniversary? So that's sort of how I planned the trip, to like start in Korea and then go to Japan. That made the most sense to me. So that's what I decided. And I decided to go for 3 weeks, mostly just because that felt like a good amount of time. And I don't know when I'll ever get the chance to do a trip like this ever again. So I was like, I might as well just go big or go home. So I started saving for this trip as well. Well, probably since 2020, because that's when I was supposed to go on the trip, but like really like having a separate like account open just for the savings, like just to like clearly show all my savings. Probably in April of last year is when I opened that up, and then like kind of kept, anytime I had any kind of extra money, I would funnel it into there just to see like where I was at. The next thing that I would recommend you to do as well is to make a Google Doc of your trip. That way you can put like how much money you have saved. You can add in like the things to be able to like add up how much money you've spent like on hotels and stuff. And what I did personally, which I recommend as well, is I went onto like YouTube or Facebook video or Instagram Reels or TikTok or whatever and just looked for like top 5 things to do in Tokyo, like those sorts of videos, and I would just sort of watch a whole bunch of those. And if I saw anything in those videos that seemed interesting, I would write it down to go and be able to look at later, because then that just gives me like a base of like, here's some things, what now I can focus in on, what things do I have to buy tickets for in advance, and buy those tickets if I can, or what's feasible to do, because you don't want to pack your schedule so full that you have no time to do anything else. But you know, I was like, if I need to buy tickets early, I want to make sure that I've done that. So that's what I did. For me, for Korea, if you are somebody who likes K-pop and are going to Korea, and you want to be able to like see a concert or a musical or something, and you're not fluent in Korean, the 2 websites that I recommend are Interpark Global Ticket and Yes24 Global Ticket. Both of those I would check periodically for months, like probably since the beginning of the year. I've checked them periodically to see what is up and coming, you know, just to make sure that I'm ready for the time when tickets go on sale, because you never know. For me, I knew that SHINee was probably going to have their anniversary, and I was hoping that my second favorite group, Boyfriend, was going to have their anniversary. They did. Well, it's a concert technically, but it's their anniversary concert. They did. But I was like, I'm going to keep checking just in case I miss it on their social media. I'm just going to keep checking. And I really wanted to maybe see a musical or two, so I was like, I'm going to keep checking. That's how I found the Death Note musical, which I'm so excited to see. Like that, how fun is that? I love Death Note, and like in a musical form, like that's so fun. So I'm really excited to see that. But because that was something I knew I wanted to do, because I've been to Korea before, so not that there's nothing I can explore in Korea anymore, but like that's where my priorities are, is like going to things like that. So those are the websites that I recommend. There might be, let me know if there are any other like foreigner friendly websites like that you can buy tickets to stuff, but those are the two that I know about at least. And Shiny and Boyfriend both had their tickets go through Yes24. So I think that that's a pretty common one for the concerts. And then I saw lots of other concerts on Interpark Global as well. And then for booking my hotels or accommodations, I use primarily booking.com. Just because it's the one I've used the most, so I'm most comfortable with like the website. But I also use Expedia a little bit as well because I have a rewards credit card that goes to that. And so I just would kind of just like search on there for anything. Things to look for when you're booking accommodations are look at the reviews. Always look at the reviews, see what people are saying about it. Because if the reviews are really, really terrible, maybe it's not the place you want to stay, even if it's cheap. But also look at the price, see how much it'll be for the time you want it for, and look at the location. I always would take the like address, put it into Google Maps, and test it with like something that I knew I wanted to do. Like say for Korea, I know that I'm probably going to want to go to Hongdae or Myeongdong. So I would take whatever hotel I was looking at and put it into Google and say directions to Hongdae or Myeongdong and see how far away it was. Because if it was like an hour and a half by train away from those locations, like maybe that's not what I want to do. Like yes, I could get there, but kind of a waste of time if that's where I want to be spending my time. So kind of see where you want to go and how far you're willing to travel to like the things you want to do the most, you know? Because of course the transportation in both Korea and Japan is pretty good, so you're still probably going to be able to get wherever you want to go, but you know, you could definitely, maybe you can try to find somewhere like for the same price but a little bit closer. That's what I recommend. And also decide if you are willing to like share a bathroom or stay in a hostel. Like where are your boundaries with accommodations for? Because that will depend on what types of places you're looking at as well. For me, I was fine with communal bathrooms. I was like, if I'm sharing a bathroom, that's okay, but I don't want to share my room. Like having like the hostel bunk beddy situation, I don't want that. I want my own separate room that I can close the door and it's my own little area. And then if I share bathrooms, that's fine. So I only looked for places that were like that or had full bathrooms in them. Now, if you're going to Japan, I think it's changing soon, so maybe this will be outdated information, but see if you want a JR pass and get it if you would like it. I decided it was worth it for me to get the JR pass because I'm traveling from Osaka to Kyoto and then Kyoto to Tokyo, and then potentially going to maybe Nara or other places. So I was like, it did end up being a worthwhile investment for me, but just see if it is worth it for you to get it beforehand, because if you can get it, you might as well get it, you know? I think there's like, you can find like a JR pass calculator to like put in where you want to go and then see how much it would cost you, and then if you're saving any money getting the JR pass, because yeah, it's a thing. But I have heard that the price is going up a lot, which will make it a lot less likely. Like why would you do that if it's super expensive? And things that you need to, the things that I wanted to do that you need to buy tickets for that I did early were Universal Studios and Tokyo Disneyland and Disney Sea. Those were the ones, those parks I knew that I wanted to do. So I believe they go on sale like a month, maybe 2 months before the date that you want to go. So keep up to date on that. I ended up using the website Klook. This is not sponsored by Klook. It's just what I saw other people use. And I tried to buy tickets from Universal Studios Japan, their website, but they don't accept Visa. And that's all that I have. So I was like, okay. So I bought them through Klook, and I ended up buying the Express Pass with Universal Studios as well through Klook. And I've heard because with Klook, you don't get to pick your express time. Like there's certain timed entries for Super Nintendo World and the Harry Potter World. And so you don't get to pick like when your entry times are. And so I've heard that sometimes you can get really shit. You can get stuck with really bad, like, you know, you get entrance into one and then within like 2 hours you have to make your way to the other one or whatever. Mine ended up being fine. I think I like can enter Harry Potter World at like 10 a.m. and then at like 3 p.m. I can enter Super Nintendo World. So I was like, that seems fine with me. The Express Pass does make the ticket quite a bit more expensive, but for me, it was worth it because I'm going alone and I want to be able to experience as much as I can. And so I'm like, yeah, then I get to, you know, skip some lines to like be able to have a more full experience of the day. But that's not something you have to do either. And then I ended up just using Klook to buy the Tokyo Disneyland and Disney Sea tickets again, because I couldn't figure out how to buy tickets on the like their actual official website. And it worked just fine. Like you get the QR code to be able to like scan it in. So, but those, I think, do they always sell out? I'm not sure, but they could. So like keep up to date if that's something you want to do. The things that I bought or tried to buy tickets for and failed miserably were the Pokemon Cafe in both Osaka and Kyoto and Tokyo, and the Studio Ghibli Museum, which I'm kind of sad about. I would have loved to see that, but the tickets sold out super fast. And from what I can tell, you can't buy like third-party tickets, so I didn't even try. And like there's other stuff that I can do those days, you know? And that can just be a next time I go to Japan, I can go to those. And then for packing, I am not totally finished packing just yet, but what I've decided to do for packing, because I'm going alone, I really didn't want to have to deal with two like suitcases, like a carry-on suitcase and a big suitcase, because like that's just a lot for me to deal with when I'm by myself. So what I decided to do is I'm just bringing a backpack and a big suitcase. So far, it looks like I'm going to be able to fit everything that I'm bringing with me in one half of the suitcase, and then my backpack's going to be mostly empty. So I'm gonna have, and then in my suitcase, I have a like carry-on sized like duffel bag that I can then use as my carry-on the way home if I need it. And I have also just decided that if I end up buying too much stuff and I need a suitcase, an extra suitcase, I'm either gonna figure out how to use the postal system and mail the stuff back to me, or I'm just gonna buy another suitcase, you know? But I just didn't want to start the whole trip with two suitcases, because if I get to Tokyo and I need another suitcase, then that's only one trip with two suitcases. So that was how I made it easier for myself. And in my backpack, I have like a travel sized backpack, like a big travel backpack. And then I have a smaller backpack. Well, not a smaller backpack. It's like a school backpack, but it's flimsy. So I'm smushing it in there to be like my daily backpack. Because I thought about bringing a mini backpack, and maybe if I buy one there, I'll use it. But I decided on bringing my like bigger school backpack because it's really light when there's nothing in it, because it's just like fabric, and I really hate carrying things. I don't want to carry things around. So now that I have that backpack, it gives me more room to just chuck all the stuff that I buy into it, so then I don't have to deal with carrying a whole bunch of bags. And the backpack is so old that if the bottom just like falls out of it, then I can buy a new backpack. So that's what I decided to do for the packing of my stuff. For clothes and stuff that I'm bringing with me, I am a larger person than the probably average Korean or Japanese person, so I know that like pants and like undies are not gonna fit me, and dresses are gonna be too short on me. Like, I know that, so I'm bringing enough pants and undies and like dresses with me to cover the whole trip. And then shirts, I'm bringing some shirts, but I know that I'm much more likely to find t-shirts that'll fit me and stuff. So that is what I am doing for that. And then I'm bringing makeup. I'm definitely not bringing as much like skincare as I would maybe if I was going other places, because skincare is so good there. Like, I might as well just buy it while I'm there, you know, to save me some time. And something else that I'm doing is, this is a journal that I got, the shiny journal from SM Town and Store that I got a long time ago. That's gonna be my travel journal, because half the pages are blank and half of them are lined. And I was like, it just feels like such a perfect journal. I actually ended up painting this like little sort of semi-itinerary where it shows like sort of the overview of the time that I'm gone. And then I have a little tiny watercolor set that I'm gonna use to like doodle in here to like, you know, have like different, kind of make it like as I'm going, like a little art journal, travel collage thing. I think that will be super fun. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to that. But I'm trying to think, I think that might be it. That might be how I kind of planned this trip. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully this helps you guys. Like I said, in probably the couple past videos, if you'd like to subscribe, I will be vlogging about my trip, so you'll be able to see how this trip all went. Especially if you're a solo traveler, maybe this will be helpful for you, because like I don't know what I'm doing either, but we will figure it out. Hello everyone, this is editing me. For some reason the last like probably 5 seconds of my video cut off, but I thought I would at least end it so that it's not so abrupt. But thank you guys so much for watching. This video, the time that I'm editing this right now, I leave in 2 days. Not even 2 days, because today is Saturday like night and I leave Monday morning, so we're almost there. I'm very excited. You won't see this for a couple weeks though, so yeah, hopefully you guys have had a great start to your spring, summer, winter, whatever season it is for you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!